See, this is why we need charter schools. This is why we need private schools. This is why we need people to be more homeschooled. And I don't care what some people may say about people being homeschooled, especially when it pertains to parents who have seen the damage public school has done, or what they're not even trying to do to actually help out some children actually become smarter. Like I made a video about the IQ rate or the test scores when it pertains to kids being homeschooled, especially when it pertains to California, where a lot more black families have taken their children out of the public school. And you guys can look this up on my channel as well. You should also look this up. The amount of families who have taken their children out of public schools and homeschooled themselves, homeschool their own children, their test scores have gotten way more better, and people are severely pissed off by this because apparently you're damaging your kids. Yeah, and that's in quotation, damaging your kids, not giving them a social life. And that's the most weakest argument I have ever heard when it pertains to like promoting public schools. The fact that people are so against homeschool kids having better test scores than they ever had in public schools, like state-funded public schools, is absolutely baffling to me. And that's one of the main things that I've heard about. Some states promoting public schools. It would take their children would not be able to have a social life, which is definitely not the case, because there are a bunch of homeschool children who do have a social life. A lot of people just don't look at homeschooling as a better alternative for public school, when the public school deliberately does not actually teach them at a good grade level. They don't, not even a 5th grade level. But we're gonna talk about Gavin Newsom. Actually, we're actually going to talk about his wife and about how a report came out that should really piss off a lot more people living in California. Okay, I mean, California, let that city go down the drain. Just let it. It's being run by freaking progressives who don't know a damn thing about economics. Don't even try to attempt it. They had one chance to get Gavin Newsom out of office. Whether or not you liked Larry Elder, maybe he may have been a better alternative. Who knows? I'm not really sure. But let this goddamn state burn to the ground, okay? Because this, as much hype as California gets, it's ran by freaking progressive idiots. So let me guys show you this article by Blaze Media, right? Report. California Governor Gavin Newsom's wife making millions charging public schools to screen her leftist propaganda. So here's what the news is, right? The news is that Gavin Newsom's wife took funds away from the state-funded schools and used them to fund her movies. Now, that's highway robbery right there. But let's go ahead and read this from the Blaze Media. California's public schools aren't just run by some of Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom's staunchest allies and beneficiaries, but also serve as theaters for his wife's leftist propaganda, allegedly paid for in part at taxpayer expense. A new report from the Illinois-based transparency watchdog Open the Books has revealed that Jennifer Siebel, Newsom's nonprofit, the Representation Project, has gathered nearly 1.5 million screening for films she is credited for having either written or directed. American public schools are believed to have coughed up the majority of the funds to screen these films, 2 of which feature Mrs. Newsom and her husband. Now see, this is full-blown statism. They take taxpayer money and they use them for their own benefits. Hey, you guys remember during the whole freaking whole freaking COVID lockdowns when Gavin Newsom shut down everybody else's business, but his winery was still up and running. And he was still making a lot more money. You guys remember that? This is who was in charge. This is in charge of California. This is his wife taking money out of funds for state funded schools. Which again, take your kids out of public schools. Take your kids out of public schools. Take them out. Because if this is who is in charge of your schools in California, take your kids out of public schools. So let's keep on going. Adam Andre Zajewski, founder and CEO of OpenBooks.com, remarked on these and the related findings. The Representation Project not only solicits donors from big money political supporters of Gavin Newsom, but also receives public tax dollars through schools to create a new generation of supporters and activists in the states and countries, so homes, school children. The Representation Project is a nonprofit that claims to fight sexism through films, education, research, and activism. So what we have here is another socialist, okay, who's taking taxpayer money and they're using them for their own benefits. It was founded by Mrs. Newsom in 2011 after the debut of a premier agitprop piece, Misrepresentation, which enjoyed moderate success. In addition to attempting to use media to manufacture or augment public opinion, the group admits to utilizing the collective pressure of social activism to make content creators conform to their thinking on sex, race, and other issues. Listen, and this is one of the main reasons why today's media or today's Hollywood is failing at a much more bigger rate than ever before. Now, see, with the amount that the money has become nowadays, it should not be that hard for some movies to be successful. But since we got some progressive people in charge of freaking Hollywood has been losing money day after day. Netflix done lost a whole bunch of money. HBO Max done lost a bunch of money. Hollywood in general done lost a bunch of money. A lot of these Hollywood movies are making lose a whole bunch of money because they are sparing out stupid, progressive, feminist, man-hating garbage. And apparently that's what's big nowadays. They say it's a huge success, but the money does not prove that case. It doesn't. But let me keep on going. What was I at? Mrs. Newsom and her acolytes have previously sought to financially ruin those who hadn't ideologically conformed, going after publications' advertisers when they wouldn't play ball. Misrepresentation is one of the 4 propaganda pieces Newsom's nonprofit has licensed out to schools across California and throughout the United States. The film presumes at the outset that boys learn that success is tied to dominance, power, and aggression. No, it doesn't. But that is such an out of touch way of going at the men. It doesn't. Whereas girls are led to believe that the value lies in their youth, beauty, sexuality, and not in their capacity as leaders. First of all, that is a feminist talking point. That's not, men didn't do that. That's a female empowerment talking point. So Newsom's wife is literally out of touch with how things have progressed or things have moved towards to. That's a female empowerment talking point, not a man's talking point. According to IMDb, The Great American Lie, also written and directed by Mrs. Newsom, examines how a U.S. value system built on the extreme masculine ideas of money, power, and control has glorified individualism, institutionalized inequality, and undermined the ability of most Americans to achieve the American dream. Also false. First of all, the government system does not promote individualism. It does not. The government system does not promote individualism. Okay, it promotes welfare system. Okay, if there was really more individualism, there would be less people on being taxed. There would be less people on welfare. Okay, it's the state, the government that put those in place to ensure that they keep people dependent on them. That's not individualism. It's not. So it appears to neglect recognition that the director's husband is a state governor and amongst said value system. Okay, which I just stated. Newsom's The Mask You Live In suggests that masculinity has been too narrowly defined in America and maintains that this has had a negative impact on the nation and its boys. Again, no, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. But let me just skip all this other crap. According to a 2011 through 2021 impact report issued by Newsom's nonprofit, these 4 propaganda films, designed in part by those with apparent disdain for stay-at-home mothers, so they hate moms who want to stay at home and let their husbands do all the work for them. They hate moms who are comfortable. Okay, have been played in over 5,000 schools before, or 2.6 million children in the United States. OpenTheBooks.com indicated that schools that must pay between $49 and $599 to expose kids to these films, and have done so willingly. Since 2012, the Representation Project has reportedly taken in $1,483,000 and $1 in screening revenue. It is unclear how much of this was generated in California alone. So, once again, y'all, take your kids out of public schools, because especially people in California who may watch this video and they live in California. Take your kids out of public schools. Don't vote. Stop voting for people because of what their label is, or what party they associate themselves with. Now, the reason why California has been in a downfall for a whole bunch of years, like for real, there's a water drought going on in freaking California. Gas is hella expensive. Electric is hella expensive. Housing is hella expensive. Transportation is hella expensive. But it's supposedly the greatest place to live in the United States, according to some leftists, because of Hollywood. Guys, this is literally full-blown statism in its form. Take money from taxpayer money. Yeah, take a whole bunch of taxpayer money for their own goddamn benefits or their own goddamn projects. She could have did the fundraiser and get the money through voluntary measures, but she didn't, because she knew if she had done that, she would not have gained a whole bunch of money. So she just, Gavin Newsom's wife, took the money from taxpayers without, and people thought that, and she thought she was slick with it, that nobody would ever notice. Nobody would even talk about it. Which, for what I've seen, this report came out yesterday. I have not seen really a lot of people actually talk about this. This should be on everybody's freaking radar. That Gavin Newsom's wife took nearly $2 million to fund her project, and then play them in public schools, in 5,000 public schools. Guys, once again, take your kids out of public schools. Take your kids out of public schools, especially if you live in California. Take your kids out of public schools. Put them in charter schools. Put them in private schools. Homeschool them themselves. Anything, just to make sure that they ensure an actual good education. Because what the freaking progressive left is doing, they are deliberately making your child more dumber. Okay? But let me know what y'all think about it. Think about the story in the comment section below. If you guys like what I'm saying, like and subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell. I will see y'all next one. Peace. Also, make sure you join me on my Discord. The links are in the description below. You guys want to have a conversation, want to talk. You guys want to promote your own videos. You want to talk about gaming, movies, and TV shows, or politics. Just hit that link in the description box below, and let's have a chat. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch. I'll be on my Twitch sometimes, displaying games, to be chilling. Some new games coming out this year that I want to play, especially when it comes to
Resident Evil games, and just make sure you subscribe there, you follow me there, and let's have some fun. Also, make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because the YouTube algorithm is hurting everybody at this point, and they do not like seeing small guys like myself grow. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because your man try to get paid here, people. It don't take nothing but a second.